Alright, Shalom. Call halal, all Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All praises to the Most High. His true name is Yahweh. In the name of the Lord and Savior of the nation of Israel, his true name is Yahweh Shai. Bahashem, Rakar Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone will lead, teach, and rule well. Peace, love, honors, and salutations to you faithful occupant pushing the word and truth, sincerity across the four corners. It's the brother Edified from the GMS Atlanta camp. Wanted to do another impromptu lesson going into really having the mindset of pushing yourself. You know, one thing about this truth, and one thing that I myself am beginning to realize, starting to see, is the more you push yourself, the more you're rewarded through the Spirit. The more the Spirit actually sees that you're being diligent and that you're actually trying your best to apply yourself, apply your talents, apply your spiritual, the gifts given to you through the Spirit. And really it kind of helps to shape and mold your course. A lot of times you'll put time and energy into learning about certain things in the scriptures or a certain time period or something that's going on, with that. And it's funny how many times you be like, it'll reappear. Another brother might say, "Oh man, I was just looking into that," or it might be a topic of discussion, and you're given an opportunity to add, to the discussion of what's going on in the holy conversation. And really, that's what we're supposed to do. We're really, like the scriptures speak about, we have an unction to know all things. We really should have an unction or desire to know about as much as possible. Even if it's just knowing the basics or surface level information about certain topics. Hey, that's where it all starts. You can't be a master of a certain topic or of anything. You can't be a master of anything if you don't first begin with the surface level of that subject matter. And really I want to take from Ephesians 4 and 1. Therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called. So, like the scriptures also speak about, many are called, few are chosen. Take this calling seriously, man. Take the calling to serve the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, seriously. Because one, you got to realize that you were called to do so. You were called, you were brought forth, you were pretty much ripped away from that black culture or Latino or Native American culture. You were ripped away from that to your actual heritage, to the heritage of being an Israelite. And that's a heavy thing, man. That's a heavy thing to be brought back into this culture, because one aspect of our culture is the discipline of it. It's very evident that the Most High is a very austere power. Even like Yahweh Shai said in the parable, don't you know? Or he actually said that he's an austere man. So our heritage is one of structure. That's why we have Leviticus. The books that has the law, contain the law in it. Even in Deuteronomy, they have a structure in which how our people are supposed to live. And like I said, that's not a small thing to be brought back into our heritage. That's a heavy thing, man. And yeah, it takes time to transition from being in this Babylonian lifestyle, this Babylonian westernized mindset and lifestyle, to actually just fully embracing the cloak of being an Israelite. A lot of people, especially in today's day and age, where the nationality and identity of the 12 tribes it's being revealed, a lot of people are quick to hop on the bandwagon, more or less, and say, yeah, I'm of the 12 tribes, I'm an Israelite, I'm of the tribe of, such and such, fill in the blank. But they haven't really soaked themselves and immersed themselves in what it means to be an Israelite, what it means to be brotherly or sisterly,
When you're low on data.
It's like, that was a commercial. People try to scoff, but it's a lot that goes into that, man. And like I said, there is a transitional period, because one, you got to realize that coming out this world, you're filthy, man. We are filthy. Like we our whole lives ate abominable food. Just off that alone, the eating of abominable food, you had people in the ancient world that never ate pork or shrimp, or the list goes on and on abominable foods. But you had people who never ate that stuff, and we had a whole life, 20, 30, 40 years, however many years you were doing it, of eating that stuff, man. Just that, off that alone, let alone all the other things that are going on being in Babylon, adultery, smoking, just mischievous sexual acts. I mean, the list goes on and on, things that we in the flesh partook in this world. So we really came into this thing filthy. So just off that alone, it's like the Most High really taking, those spiritual cleaning agents and cleaning methods, and like really scrubbing the filth off of us, man. So it takes a minute. It takes a while for you to actually adjust to it, and for you to actually be comfortable being in that skin, being in the skin of an Israelite, being made that new creation. You know what I'm saying? Verse 2, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love. And that's one thing I wanted to touch on, as far as, like I said, the topic being, push yourself. Don't be afraid to push yourself, man. Kind of at certain times, push yourself to the boundary, out of the box, to the max. Just like with that woman at the who gave her last 2 pence, or the 2 shekels, whatever those last of her monetary wealth, she gave it up. She pushed her faith to the max. And that's one thing that really we have to do and embrace, is push ourselves to the max. If the spirit, if you just kind of wake up one day and like, man, I ain't eating nothing, I ain't drink nothing, and the spirit hop on you to fast, hey, take the leap of faith and fast, man. Because Yahweh Shai, he's gonna reward you. And even this thing too, even if nobody else sees the growth in you, even if nobody sees it, if you see it, that should be enough. You shouldn't be doing this thing for the glory of man. You should be doing this to serve your Lord, your power, to the best of your ability. That's another thing too. Don't be doing things, seeking the approval and attention of man. Really, you need to be gearing your mind and gearing your spirit towards doing things to serve the Most High. Now, through that, you may do certain things. You may minister or serve your brothers, through that. But even with that, you shouldn't be looking for compensation for that, payback for that. You should be doing that. That's because that's what our culture entails. Even Yahweh Shai said, when Yahweh Shai was asked, what should the 2 laws, commandments, what should we hold to, on top, on high? He said, love and serve your God, your power with all your might, roughly paraphrasing, and love each other, man. So I mean, you just like, it's like a woman, if you got a woman at the crib and she cook and clean, and take care of the kids and wash up the kids, and you come home from a long day of work, and she wanna, hey babe, look at what I did. I cooked, I cleaned, I did, I washed, Tyrone and Shaniqua, they're cleaner in the bed. It did not go to. You could be like, all right, babe, that's cool, but really, you're supposed to do that. You want me to jump out the house, jump out the window because you're doing what you're supposed to do? Nah. So even with us being the woman of the Lord, man, that's what you're supposed to do, man. Don't be expecting no big hoorah because you bought a 12-pack to brothers linking up, man. That's what you're supposed to do, man. You're supposed to contribute to help building the spirit, and that goes into that first verse in Ephesians, the 4th chapter. That's our vocation. That's our job, man. That's what we're here to do. Verse 3, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. So once again, you're called to do this. We're called to serve the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. So what does that mean? That means we got to push ourselves, man. That means that you got to try to do as much as you can on the time you have here. So when the Lord, Yahushua, returns, he's going to say, oh, yeah, my servant, such and such, we put, the Spirit was put on him this day to, have his eyes open to what's going on. He knew he was Israelite this day. And from this day to when I return, this is what he did. Oh man, I'm proud of this servant, man. He was called, and through his works, he proved himself to be chosen. And through that's why we got to just push ourselves, man. Like I said, I just giving the personal testimony, and really, it's all only through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. I woke up one day this week, because the elder in our camp has been, just put it out one day, about fasting before the Passover, man. And I say, I'm gonna try my best to fast one day a week until the Passover. So I ate a few nights ago, and I woke up and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fast today. Spirit wanted me to fast that day, so I fasted. And of course, fasting really is never easy, man. If fasting was easy, man, we would do it all the time, But then I woke up the next day, and how it is too. What are you doing? What are you doing? Satan, why are you? See? But hey, what can you do, man? So you know how it is when you come out of fast. You get kind of excited to eat. You get excited to drink. Like, oh yeah, But I woke up the next day, and I was like, man, I wonder if I can fast another day. And the thing about it too is, when you make a vow to do something to the Lord, you better do it, man. So even with that, on that second morning I woke up, I was like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know if, because I have a pretty strenuous job too. I move a lot, I lift things. I'm interacting with people. I'm kind of doing a lot of my on my plantation gig, so to speak. So I was like, man, I don't know, that doubt kind of crept in. So before I actually made the vow to do that second day of the fast, I kind of dwelled on it, meditated on it, so to speak. And the Spirit hopped me. I was like, man, I'm gonna do it, man. And I made a vow to the Lord. I said, I'm gonna do it, man. And but once again, it wasn't easy, And the thing about it too is, sometimes you set yourself up. You kind of prepare yourself, So if you're going to go on the fast, you might, have a decent little meal. You might drink, a good amount of water, just because, you're going to go on that fast. So, hey, kind of prepare yourself, gird up. But because of the way the situation happened, I really wasn't even prepared. It was kind of like an impromptu fast, man. And I did the second day. I did the second day of the fast. So I fasted for the first time for 2 days. And it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful to see when the spirit just kind of just takes over your flesh, man. Like really, for me, that second day of the fast was almost a little smoother than the first day, because since I already came into it kind of weak, I already knew that I had to rely on the spirit, to carry me through. And there were certain times in the fast, I was like, man, I'm tired, man. I'm weak. I just looking at the clock, man, I got a nice little while to go, But I just sent up prayers, man. I asked the Most High to give me strength. Trusted that the Most High, Yahweh Shai, put the spirit on me to fast for that second day, man. So, just like the scriptures speak about, He's not going to put more burden on us than we can actually bear. So, I ever had the question, I'm like, man, why did the Most High put the spirit on me to fast for the second day? And a big piece of it was me realizing I had to fully rely on him. I had fully relied on the spirit of the Lord to carry me through that second day. I had to fully rely on the spirit, on Yahweh Shai. I had to open up my mouth. Not even, sometimes you keep prayers in your head and you send your prayers up in your head, but sometimes when you need an extra you vocalize them prayers, man. You actually speak them prayers. And I had to actually open. I knew that I had to open up my mouth and ask the Most High to get me through that second day. I knew I had to do it. And through that, it was an example of, hey, don't be afraid to push yourself, man. Don't fight the spirit. If the spirit's on you, so just like in that one situation, just from my personal testimony, if the spirit's on you to do something, go with the spirit. And that's very synonymous about how I feel, kind of how that Jacob trouble's gonna be. The spirit's gonna be on you to say, hey, get up, go here. Just like the angels did, once again in time of Acts, the angels did, told certain men to go here, go there. And they won't question it, they just did it. They just did it. And if you fight the spirit in that day, you might, the spirit might say, hey, go from point A to point B. And you hesitate, or you think about it. You hesitate and think about it. That might be your ass, man. That might be your ass. You might be done for. But just getting back to the topic, don't be afraid to push yourself, man. Even when you are weak and lacking, hey, I know I'm weak in this area. I need to push myself in humility. I need to push myself in asking for help. I need to push myself in being more diligent. I had to push myself in praying and asking the Most High to be with me in certain situations, to carry me through certain things, man. And the thing about it, what I'm beginning to realize, or I'm kind of beginning to see, is the Most High really takes pleasure in that. Because when you do that, you really are minimizing yourself. You're minimizing the old you, and by you relying on the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you're really magnifying the Most High. And he loves that, man. Verse 5, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in all you. Read that again. Ephesians 4 and 6. I'm going to start at 5. Ephesians 4 and 5. One Lord, one faith, one baptism. Verse 6. One God and Father of all, who was above all, and through all, and in all you. So because we're Israelites, because we're the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Most High dwells in us, man. You know, that spirit, a portion of that spirit through Yahweh Shai is in each and every one of us, man. And it's up to us to take that portion of the spirit and magnify, put that on high, man. Put that above everything, man. Put that above you, yourself. Put that above your family. Put that above your job. Put that above a car. Put that above a house. Put that above everything. Because you have to really realize that the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai dwells in each and every one of us, man. And it's up to us to tap into that. We got to tap into that power. Because through that power, we're going to inherit everlasting life. We're going to inherit the kingdom. You're going to be able to lead our people to salvation. Verse 7. But unto every one of us is given grace according to the measure of the gift of Hamashiach. So we're giving grace. This is our grace period, man. This is literally our time to, with fear and trembling, work out our salvation. Through what? Through who? Through the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai. Through the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai, by Yahweh Shai going onto that cross and giving up his life for us, for the hopeful elect. You know, we have an opportunity to work out our own salvation through this grace. Gotta watch out, man. All right, I'm gonna end here. Ephesians 4 and 8. Wherefore he saith, when he is sent up on high, he lead captivity captive and gave gifts unto men. So we have gifts in us, man. We have gifts in us. They're like buried treasure in each and every one of us, man. And that's why it's so important to push yourself. When you're tired, if you can do a little bit, do it. If you get a burst of energy, don't use that burst of energy to fuck off. Use that burst of energy to do something productive for the spirit. Build yourself up individually. And if we all do that, by us building ourselves individually, it's going to lead to a greater collective building. You know? That's what we have to do. That's part of the vocation in which we're called. We're called to be separate, holy from all these other fucktards out here. We're called to be the greatest us we can possibly be. And by us just trying and pushing and moving in that direction, Lord willing, if we just keep faith and keep our integrity, Lord willing, we're going to attain salvation. And it's just beautiful, man. Just the thought of just when you know, for any brother who hasn't done it, you know, or if you haven't done it in a while, just sometimes just stop and meditate on the magnificence that will be the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, just thinking about just having dominion over certain places on earth is amazing. And especially under our rulership or rightful rulership, that's an incredible thought. But then you think about having all the dominion of all the other planets and galaxies and all the other things that are to come. It's mind-boggling, man. So, with all that being said, push yourself, man. Trust the Spirit. Trust the gifts that were given to you through Hamashiach, through the sacrifice of Hamashiach. Trust what was given to you, and lean on the Spirit, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, to bring those gifts to light. And that's going to come by each and every one of us pushing ourselves to the max. And there's going to be times where honestly, if you push yourself, you're going to be maxed out, man. It's just like when you lifting weights or you maxed out. Sometimes you put the weights in that barbell and you lift it and you can't lift it. Sometimes you got more than you can actually bear. And that's when the brotherhood comes into effect. You know, that's when that grace comes into effect. That's when the spirit kicks in and makes sure you don't overdo it, you don't bug out. But then the next time you hit that, you put them weights, them spiritual weights on that barbell. If you got enough faith, you're gonna be able to lift that bad boy, man. And you become stronger over time. You know, you continuously break that glass ceiling, you know, so to speak. You know, and you gotta trust the spirit, that the spirit's gonna strengthen you to do that. It's gonna build you up to make you stronger and make you better and make you more of a man in this thing, man. More of a established man, grounded, foundational, you know, that where you can actually build to handle weightier matters. Because think about it too, you got to realize that the government is being established in our nation, man, amongst the men of our nation. So you got to build yourself now, because you're going to be responsible for weightier matters down the line. And the thing about it is, you want to be able to handle that, because if you're not growing properly, when those weightier matters come upon your table, on your plate, you won't be able to handle it, and the Most High will be like, oh, you obviously are showing that you weren't being diligent and doing what you're supposed to be doing to prepare yourself for the next level calling that I have for you. Because this ain't the end, man. There's a lot of work to be done, you know, and it got to get done, man. It has to get done. There's gonna be no excuses when Yahweh Shai comes back. There's gonna be no excuses. Either you got the job done or you didn't, you know. And I'm end off with that. Once again, call halal all Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All praise to the Most High. In the name of Lord and Savior nation of Israel, Yahweh Shai. You know, double honors to the Apostle and Elders of Great Millstone who lead, teach, and rule well. Honors, love, salutations to you, faithful Akim. Pushing, man. Push, man. You know, we're gonna tear this kingdom down, man. We're gonna do it. We're doing it. Actually, we're doing it, man. You know, I love you, brothers, man. It's an honor to be in the fight with y'all. You know, Lord willing, y'all were edified. And until next time, shalom.